Hello again, everyone. If you remember, last week we covered and debunked some of the crazy rumors out there about COVID-19 and its vaccine, ranging from baby parts in the vaccine to COVID being invented in a lab somewhere in China. This week we want to return to something a little more down to earth. How exactly to remain safe? I'm sure by now it has been beaten into you that you should try your best to keep 6 feet from others and keep your mask on at all times. But as states decide to open up, whether or not it's the right choice, you might just end up in more public spaces surrounded by even more people. Today, we will cover where exactly is safest and how to stay safe and protected when out. The argument on whether to open up schools is a big debate and a big choice for parents to make. But to make it a little easier, here are some things to consider if you plan on rejoining this school year. How is COVID doing at my school of choice? Some schools and school districts are doing all right with COVID, but if your local school is breaking records, maybe that's a good sign to keep your kids home, at least until things cool down. Do I or my child have an underlying health disorder? COVID-19 is especially dangerous for people with weak immune systems or any number of comorbidities.
If anyone in your household has some kind of comorbidity, you might need to keep that in mind. Here's a list of at-risk groups according to the CDC.
The decision to go back to school is a difficult one, and ultimately it is up to the student and parent on what is best for the child's education and health. But with these suggestions, you can make sure that your family's health is kept safe.
Some states have opened up enough that venues such as churches, barbers, and nail salons are allowed to operate. However, during these times, our team can't suggest you go to them if you cannot guarantee distancing and mask wearing being required. Check your local church, temple, mosque, or any religious building's website and see if any online services are available. And for your nail salons and haircuts, if you really can't resist waiting, try and schedule a meeting to keep the crowd at a minimum. Finally, the last kind of building you may or not decide to visit, sit-down restaurants or bars. These similarly should be avoided as much as possible. Plenty of restaurants offer takeout, and if you're old enough to drink, you are usually old enough to purchase for yourself. If you really have to sit down at either a bar or a restaurant, always keep your mask on until you eat or drink. Otherwise, try to keep your distance from strangers and be as quick as possible. This short video should give a little reminder of the importance of keeping your distance, and with this information, you should have an idea of how you want to treat your state's new guidelines. Remember, stay safe and see you next week where we will discuss proper quarantining and testing to make sure you keep everyone around you as safe as possible.